Hey everybody, it's Crispin, and this week the gang sent me to New York to cover the DNC, or the music video, whatever, same thing. This year the VMAs were held on 9/11, and what better way to commemorate that than telling the world how brave you are for performing pop songs to teenagers in slutty underwear while your ravaged gash is leaking liquid iron.
Thank you, I did that all on my first day of my period too, can you believe it?
Speaking of bloated, DJ Khaled wearing a full pajama suit to cover up his fupa. That's pretty cool, huh? Turns out his hit song Another One was just him in line at a Krispy Kreme asking for an extra hot dozen. Speaking of glazed, it's good to see Lil Nas X wearing knee guards. I'm sure he's pretty tired of scraping those bad boys against the pavement every time P. Diddy invites him to a party. Speaking of Puffy, someone want to cover these f***ing jugs with one of Katy Perry's maxi pads? Jesus Christ, I bet this is how R. Kelly looks right now in prison.
Mama's telling me no.
Your body's telling everyone else no as well. You better watch sitting around a campfire with them marshmallow titties before someone slaps a Lindsey Graham cracker on them and makes himself a s'more. And on that note, I'll see you next time.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Normal Worlds. I'm Dave Landau.
I'm Quarterblood Garrett. It is Thursday, and there's Angela.
Hi.
Hey, Angela.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. Glad to be here.
Good to have you here.
Well, it's good to have you here.
I feel like there's
Thank you.
kind of strange tension happening here at the beginning of the show.
It's because I was pointing out my back muscles.
Oh, is that what you were doing?
Yeah.
And I said, crawl over here and feel daddies. Get a feel of this back.
He said, quote, call me Mr. Gray.
I hope people realize what a joke that is.
Yeah,
and they're
that is-
not like, is this?
No.
There's subtext, guys. I watch every episode, and I feel
What's
like
going
there
on?
is something going on.
Because there's always that in the chat, which is
No,
fine.
I
don't care.
understand.
Yeah, I was doing the bench press.
Really?
But yeah, and I think
Heck yeah. We're both
ripped
working out
something.
today. I went to the gym, too.
What'd you do?
We were just doing a lot of
Is
cardio.
Curve still open?
Oh, you motherfucker.
That's one for Dave.
No, I was doing cardio. This
Yeah,
whole
it didn't
month.
even move to me.
Don't show that.
Okay, go ahead.
Sick. Yeah, just cardio. I'm working up the
for
Peru.
you.
I'm doing the Peru trip next month, so I'm kind of like,
You're gonna
get
need
a
to,
lot of
dude.
hiking.
You gotta
Yeah.
hike like crazy.
I got the shoes on.
Where are you going? Oh, you
Breaking
got the
them in.
boots.
I'm breaking them in.
Just
son.
brought them here to show me that you're going to Peru.
You going to Machu Picchu?
I don't think I'm going to do that because that's like way.
You
hard.
just said Peru.
Well, it's in
But that's
Machu.
big.
It's in Machu Picchu. It's the mountain in Peru.
You uneducated
What are you
swine.
talking about?
Cultured, son.
You don't even know what you're talking about. You can't be two places. You
Going
can't go to
Cusco.
can't go to Pikachu. Yeah. How you gonna?
What, you gonna catch them all?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, even make no sense. Pikachu's in a movie.
Make no sense. It's freaking that's Japanese. Pocket monster. You're
Come
silly.
on now. What you
Thanks for
talking?
liking and subscribing and tongue punching and all those like buttons. Look at
Go ahead, tongue punch.
Did I miss?
a little bit. It was a little late.
Well,
You know, it's not too bad.
It's right on
sometimes
time.
it's a little late.
That's good. Wait.
It's fine. You got to find the button.
Sometimes.
Sometimes
there's-
the like button is hard to find. It is below in this general vicinity
Like button in
Hooded.
the boat.
once an episode, and we appreciate you.
Yeah, go to it. Like it.
Dave.
Yeah.
I was waiting for you to hit another one. I was giving you space.
Yeah.
But then you didn't say anything.
Oh, yeah.
So now it's just empty. And I'll have to-
Well, I'm going to tell you this. Tonight, I'm going to be, because this was, well, we won't lie. It was recorded a little bit ago
yeah.
today. But I'm going to be
Where are you going to be?
in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh, man.
Beautiful North Carolina.
Beautiful
Love
North Carolina.
Oh, it is
And
nice.
It really is nice there.
I was there to
Nice.
this year.
And then apparently, if you want to travel back in time, I have other dates up. I also have September
Don't worry about it.
21st in Liberty Township, Ohio, and Jacksonville, Florida.
Ooh.
At the end of the month, Jacksonville. Come on, guys. Come on out to the show.
it up. Jacksonville.
Yeah, Jacksonville.
Great football team, I hear.
Yes.
Put it in the comments.
That's
Jacksonville,
what I'm
what up?
told. That's what I'm a big fan. I am Jacksonville, hear me roar.
Wait.
Rawr, 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 rawr. At least say she gets it.
It's been stuck in my head since yesterday.
I'm telling you. Oh, you saw it? Yeah. How could you not be?
Good for you, though.
Why? Where are you going to be?
Your football team won.
I know. Last weekend. And
I think they're on the way up. I think they're on the way up. I mean, they won last year.
I'm really hoping, but I'm not going to say it out loud.
Yeah, you don't want to jinx it.
Superstitious.
I just want my son to see something amazing.
Magical.
Well, didn't he see something amazing over the weekend?
He did. Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice, actually.
That's right. Yeah.
Why is it spelled? Okay. The original one, Juice.
Mm-hmm.
But also
But
in
his
the movie-
name is Guise.
in the movie, it's Guese.
Because audiences are stupid.
I was going to say, why would they ever spell it the wrong way to begin with if that's how his name is
You know,
spelled?
Tim Burton, he's a little eccentric.
I think, well, no, I agree.
It's like a geist. It's like a ghost. Beetle ghost.
Well, I've thought about that for years. I think it's because he died in, it was like the 1300s, the 1400s. And then his graves, it was how they used to spell juice.
Old timey.
I'm just guessing.
I mean, that's a good guess. That's a good
No,
guess.
but I don't really know. But yeah, I always thought about that since I was a kid. I'm like, why is that?
Why is it spelled that way?
And I mean, the first one is better.
Oh, dude, it's fantastic.
But we'll say this:
Love that movie.
Beetlejuice, ladies and gentlemen, starring one of my faves, Michael Keaton, scored huge last weekend with $110 million in the box office, which is actually the second biggest September debut of all time. And
what was it first?
It.
The recent one. More recent one, yeah, because the other one was on TV.
First half was good.
Second half, just move on.
We can just defeat him by bullying him.
Right.
Yep. It made sense.
It's honestly a better ending than the book. For reasons that I can't get into.
That one wasn't an ending. Well, there were
That was how they got out of it.
She didn't have it.
No,
it was,
it was her idea.
Doesn't mean that she's going to enjoy it.
I don't think she had, Well, the cherry was popped, and then there was
you have to have,
more in line.
As a woman, you have to have sex for years before you ever have an orgasm.
That's tragic.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Man. That's so sad.
That's true. Yeah,
I guess mother was faking it.
Is that a Chris Chan reference?
He did his research.
Told you.
Okay, all right.
I may have Googled
You're
it.
on the ball, Dave.
I'm not happy now that I Googled it because of you two.
It's disgusting.
That's why I was in the restroom.
Oh, yeah. It was a long, extended restroom break there.
Yeah. I
Longer
said,
than
hang
usual.
on, guys. I'll be right back
Got to research.
after these messages.
Anyway, so it did well.
Second biggest of all time, that's right. And then of the summer, which was pretty bad, actually, Deadpool and Wolverine did $211 million altogether. And then Inside Out 2 did $154.2 million, which I guess is a sequel to Inside Out.
Yeah, that would be
Did you not see it?
I didn't. What was it?
It's a Disney Pixar.
I didn't.
It's really good. It'll make you cry.
Is it decent?
Decent.
It's all right.
Okay, I'd
Second
check
one's
it
all right.
out. I'd check it out.
Did you watch the second one?
I haven't seen the second one.
Yeah.
I had teenage stuff.
It was all right.
Was it all right?
Yeah. It was not offensive. I'll say that. Which is nice.
Okay.
Was that offensive?
Yeah. You know, you watch a movie and it's offensive.
Oh.
Offends your sensibilities.
How do you decide, like, what movies you go to then? Do you just ask the people that have shows here?
I wouldn't.
Should I
That'd be the
be-
last people I ever
Like,
asked.
I'll tell you what's Christian enough and non-offensive.
We pray outside.
I'll
No
tell you
offense.
what to have fake outrage about.
Yes.
Now,
that's my
excuse
job.
me, I have a Land Rover waiting. I'm going to go do something as long as it's on tape. All right.
Where that went.
We are joking, of course.
Yeah, it's all of it.
We're all.
Like, ha-ha show.
I know. We're just kidding. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that you go to. What is it? Pure Flicks to pick out every one of your movies.
Hey, Angel Studio's pretty good.
Is it?
It's a much improved
believe
from
that at
Pure.
all.
Come on, they made the movie Sound of Freedom.
Oh, did they? Mm-hmm. Which turned out that guy was not so much into
The movie's good. The movie's good. All right.
It's always weird when somebody's like, I'm going to stop human trafficking. How? You're like, I don't know. You can do some
Participate?
research. Yeah.
Participate.
I'm going to go in there and be like, are you someone being trafficked?
All right. Look,
I'll
the movie
test
was
you out and
good.
see.
How do you know so much about
The movie was good.
trafficking?
The movie was good.
It's a really good movie.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
So that's all I'm saying. It's like Pure Flix is like
pulling a Pee Wee Herman.
What year did that happen? Was that in the 80s or was that in the 90s? Because I always thought it was like later on in
It was
his
during
like,
Buffy the Vampire Slayer because he looked
happened
like
before
the
that.
vampire.
It happened before Buffy, right?
I think it was when they were filming because he had the long hair and the goatee. When he was arrested, he didn't look like Pee Wee Herman.
It's tragic because that dude was a talented
Paul Rubens was.
mofo.
He bounced back, though.
Yeah, I know.
They kept trying to pin stuff on him, and they never really found anything.
Except
Unlike what we're talking about, here's my problem with Beetlejuice 2. All right?
Yeah, let's hear it. Okay, so I watched it. You watched it. You did not watch it.
Okay.
Very sad. That you didn't
Jeffrey
watch
Jones has no head in it, but he's not really in it.
it. Right.
They still use his picture in it.
Uh-huh.
So they do have to pay him, and then they still make all these references to Jeffrey Jones, which is really creepy because he's a pedo.
Yeah.
And then it really bothered me.
It set me off too. I was like, okay, are we going into this? Because I did know he was dead. His character's dead. They got to get him out of the movie some way.
Right.
But they kind of show reverence to the character anyways.
He's not dead.
But yeah. I was like, this is a little weird.
But then even the guy, I forget the guy who's a little bit bigger in the first one.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of his name.
Otho.
Yeah, but the actor, they don't refer to him at all.
That's true.
So it's like, so they don't mention him, but then you're just going to kind of have this like tip of the hat.
Well, it's like the sea lines. That was my problem with the movie, is that it's got too many storylines going on. There's like 15 different storylines going on when I'm like, can we focus on one of them? Was like the mom and her boyfriend, and well, no, it was the mom and his character that died.
Well, it's
And
because
there's
the daughter element.
There's Lydia and
meeting
the
her
boyfriend. And then there's Lydia's daughter meeting a boyfriend.
Right.
And then there's the Beetlejuice thing and his ex-wife going on. And I was like, what? Can we focus on it? Because the first movie, I watched the first movie the day before. The first movie is like tight. It's just about the couple that have this house. They pass away. They want to get the deets out of their house.
I don't know they're dead, actually.
Well, yeah. But it's very like a forward-facing movie. It just like goes through the plot.
Yeah,
Pretty focused. And this one was just all over the place.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I liked it. I thought he was really good in it. I thought Catherine O'Hara was really good in it because she always is.
Yes.
Winona Ryder's Winona Ryder. I enjoy her, but she was I think she was playing the old Winona Ryder a little too much.
It was a completely different
She
character.
never matured out
Yeah.
of like some of her teen angstiness.
Right.
I feel like she was more mature as Lydia when she was a kid than she was when she was an adult.
Yeah, because she was so dark and gothy in the 88 one.
Yeah, nobody stays like that into their 40s.
No.
They like
Not really.
digress.
or reverts 2 years.
Yeah, it was just like her whole character was weird.
Yeah, so there was a lot of storyline to keep following it. The Soul Train thing I thought was cute, but I was also like, who's this for?
I heard okay, so I watched a video on it, and apparently he was getting trashed, and like a cancel culture thing happened to him when a movie came out and he didn't have any black people in it. So they made all these articles from saying like Tim Burton's new movie doesn't have any black people, and then he was asked about it at one of
Charlie
these
in the
festivals.
Chocolate Factory.
Well, it's not that one because there's a black guy in there.
Oh,
Yeah, there's a bunch of little black guys.
is that after he falls
They're
in
brown.
the river?
But then he commented on it and said, "I don't have to put any black people in a movie if I don't want to." They made a whole thing out of it.
Tim Burton
I
said
think
that?
I think the Soul Train was like his like. I'm
Oh,
gonna put a whole joke in this entire movie. It's only all dead black people, and they're dancing away like the 70s.
I was gonna say there was plenty of black people.
There was a lot of
in
them.
the movie,
Yeah,
but it didn't seem
they only
forced.
danced. They only danced.
Well, except for the host, who came out and was like, "All aboard the Soul Train."
Oh, that's true.
And I mean, it's nothing that I feel like we're ruining because the second you hear Soul Train, you know what it's
what
going
it-
to be.
Yeah.
You know what it is.
You're like, I thought for a minute I was like, are they going to go this route? And then
They
the
did.
second they did, and my son's like, is that Michael Jackson? And I'm like, no, but he's dressed like Michael Jackson at the time because he had like the Thriller dude
Yeah,
kind of. I thought overall it was good though. I love Michael Keaton. Like the guy's in his 70s. People are doing side by sides,
Yeah.
but it's like, he's not really a dead ghost that's hundreds of years old.
Right.
He's Michael Keaton. And I'd say he moved around pretty well for a dude in his 70s. And then I
Yes.
thought Willem Dafoe was good.
Willem Dafoe was fun. That was another side storyline that was like complicating, and all of the
That he was a
storylines,
detective from
which was funny. It's a funny idea, and I like the idea of having
Purgatory,
that,
I guess.
but it just was like extra. and then it gets wrapped up super fast. Like every single story, including the mainline story, gets wrapped up randomly, which is fine because it's a Beetlejuice movie. It could be like weird because like the original, the whole wedding at the end was kind of thrown in and got wrapped up really quick.
First one,
but
actually, if you think about it,
yeah, like this one was like you had. I try not to be spoiler, but like most of the storylines get wrapped up super fast and like unsatisfyingly.
Well, because if you think about it, it was the same. He wants to marry her. That was the whole Beetlejuice concept from the beginning.
Yeah.
So that through line's still there. But then he has an ex-wife, which has never been introduced.
Mm-hmm. She was mentioned.
That's fun.
Yeah.
She was mentioned.
Yeah.
In the original.
But never been introduced.
Right.
And then you have, so I mean, it was...
But she's like stomping around in every one of her scenes was, except for the first scene where she shows up. And she like puts herself back together.
Like that she was a soul sucker. Just completely inappropriate.
I like the visual like idea of like the soul sucking. How did that work? And it sucked up their souls and they like left a husk on the ground. Like there's fun ideas, but it just got too distracted. I feel like there was like a lot of ideas for the last 35 years when they're like, we could do this, we could do this, we could do this. And then they tried to like put it into a movie and it didn't.
But I liked how it was Tim Burton-y, and what I like about Tim Burton, where it was dark and creepy at points, the way that I liked his original directing, like it looked like a real Tim Burton movie.
Yeah, like, I will say that, yes.
Even when he's in like the purgatory waiting room, you know, like you have the guys with the shrunken heads and everything, but like the one, it's just Santa who's been burnt alive in a chimney, and he's like, Merry Christmas, and he's like...
all those little jokes, the visual jokes in the background.
Where, people have just been killed in these different ways and are waiting in line to just...
Yeah, the guy in the sleeping bag that has a snake in it.
Yeah. So I thought it looked like a real Tim Burton film, which I liked because I've missed that about him. Overall, I enjoyed it. I would watch it, but it does get complicated at points. Yeah. But for the last several movies I've seen, especially sequels, I thought it was good.
That's a good point. As a cash grab sequel to an old property that you love, it could have been way worse. It could have been way, way worse. As it is, it's not a perfect movie, but it's fun. Go watch it.
And like you, 1.3 million households. Which I actually saw from Gary Nerdrotic, watched this over Rings of Power.
Which is hilarious.
So I think it shows that quality sticks, and I think people were going to go see the sequel and maybe show their kid this. I mean, I showed my son Beetlejuice when he was like 5, but so he was already a fan. But he didn't realize, like, we're driving back, and he's like, wait, was that? I'm like, yeah, the guy from Spider-Man. He's like, but also Batman? I'm like, but also Batman. and then just going through your head in every movie Michael Keaton was in. Yeah. But there's a story, though, where he was supposed to do a Batman 3.
Right.
It ended up going to Val Kilmer because he refused to do it. And then Tim Burton got pissed and kind of pushed him out of Hollywood. This is supposedly a rumor.
Pushed Michael Keaton out?
Yeah.
Really?
And it was like, it was a little bit because he wouldn't say yes to the Batman 3. Now, it could be all rumor.
Because Tim Burton also was fired, basically, from Batman because the families complained so much about Batman Returns because it was so dark and, like, bloody and stuff.
Yeah.
They complained. And also, McDonald's was like, we want to sell toys. So they brought him into a meeting, and they were talking to Tim Burton. He was pitching them the idea for the third one, and they were like, and he's like, "Oh, I'm not going to be making a third one." Like,
okay, so that's probably not true then.
Yeah, that's what I heard. That's what he said. Along. That's what Tim Burton said.
Well, because even in Batman Returns, when Christopher Walken is showing the hand, he doesn't. It's not subtle to the point. I was 10 when I saw it, and I was fully aware that he killed his business partner and flushed the pieces down the toilet.
That guy is a piece of crap. And then he tosses like. I rewatched it because recently my son, my little one, he's 2, and he wanted to watch Batman, the original. I was like, oh, my little boy.
Yes,
so
you
proud.
told me that.
And then I continued and watched the next one, and my wife was like, "Oh my God, like, he just murdered her. He pushed her out a window, and she got murdered." I was like, "Oh yeah,
Michelle Pfeiffer."
Yeah, that happens. And then you have like the penguin was all. Bleh. I mean, I love it.
Oh, yeah, he's got his hands like that,
and he's trying. He's like, "Don't you want to feel a flipper or whatever it was that he said?" Like, yeah,
Oswald Cobblepot.
So I get it that they were like, "This isn't family friendly."
It was though. Like I loved it. Like at the time, I love the first one more now. But at the time, I loved it. But I was 10.
Yeah.
The first one, I was 7.
Right.
You know, and the second one I love because it was so dark and weird.
I
was
love
like,
the
this is
second
crazy.
one.
Dude, Batman Returns is great.
Batman Returns, I think, is better.
See,
Better than the first one.
I-
Even though I love Jack Nicholson,
Yeah.
I think it's a better made movie.
Yeah, I love Prince, but there is something very troubling about the scene where he's dancing holding a boombox and coloring all the paintings, where you're like, okay, because even when they were saying like who had it better, Heath Ledger or Jack Nicholson, and you're like, you mean the guy who was dancing through a museum painting stuff, or the menacing guy? Like,
The guy.
I gotta go menacing guy. But I did love Jack Nicholson with his mutated face.
Yeah.
He was great as Jack Napier. It was solid.
Yeah, it was solid. But I think
I loved
like,
part 2.
I think I like the second one. Well, just watching it, it's just a better made movie, and the suit looks better.
Oh, Danny DeVito's
DeVito's freaking
so
great.
disgusting in it.
It's great in that.
And Danny DeVito's good for his little bit in
is.
Beetlejuice. Yeah.
He just played Dead Frank.
Yeah.
The foreigners. I was like, whoa, they put that in a movie. Oh my god,
Oh, he's great.
it's pretty great.
So yeah, I mean, I'd recommend it.
I would say so too. It had its problems, but Michael Keaton is enough to go back to the movies to watch this for sure.
I agree.
Yeah, he did a good job.
And you said Rings of Power. Did you watch that? Is that what it's called?
Not
Rings of Power?
by choice. It's god awful. Don't watch that show. It's
Is it just...
Well, we talked about it. They have like the orcs, which are supposed to be like personifications of evil. They have like families now.
Yeah.
They're worried about getting killed in a war. It's just ridiculous. The better is to just move on. Let's just move on.
We'll move on.
Angela,
Yeah, what's up?
you didn't watch the Beetlejuice?
I haven't seen the new Beetlejuice.
I feel like you
I have
Would have
things
done
to do
that.
on the weekend. I got.
You see movies all the time.
You got me there.
you don't like the
Don't do that. Wait, he has 5 kids. How are you pulling that 6, 17?
Goodness. Yeah,
got
it's up
17
there. Just keep going.
I have a kid, she says to you.
I know.
That's
I'm the mother.
What do you think?
What do you?
So am I.
Wow. Sexism. Sexism.
Yeah, you're
in
right.
this
You're
room.
right. I didn't
Can-
have anything else to grab onto, so I had to use sexism.
Well,
It's not even what I
It's
think.
an easy
come
mistake
feel
to me.
Gray's titty. What?
Let's just move on.
Yeah,
We don't want to feel Gray's titty?
I'll feel it.
I was looking at Garrett.
Dinner plates. So I watched your interview with Bridget. It was good.
Well, thank you.
I loved your dinner plates.
I felt like
your double answer.
I felt that dinner plate nipples was an appropriate answer to several questions.
Yes, it worked.
What's your what's your biggest flaw? Dinner plate nipples. What's the best thing about you? Dinner plate nipples. New cookware magazine. I don't know why I think dinner plate nipples are so funny. It's probably because I've sucked on so many. Big juicy.
So much real estate.
It's a lot.
A lot of real
Mouth
estate.
stretchers.
They
we
really
used to
are,
call
aren't
them.
they? Is that what they used to? Back in my day, we used to call them mouth stretchers. Try to get the whole pancake in
All
your
of it.
mouth. Get all the
Why-
flapjack in your lips. Speaking of big-
Speaking of sucking,
Yeah.
speaking of sucking,
but did you know that Jim Carrey and Me, Myself, and Irene, he was actually sucking on a titty in that one
What?
part?
was he really?
That's her actual boob.
He's method.
Yeah,
He is method.
I did not know that.
it's wild to think about.
I guess you'd let him though.
Yeah, it's Jim Carrey. He's
What
like
if
peak.
you like it too much?
But what if he had herpes at that point?
Wait, did he have her?
He has herpes.
Right now?
It was known.
No, Jenny McCarthy gave it to him.
Yeah, and his ex got it, and she committed.
She, I don't know
Alive.
why.
I
herself.
remember that. You're learning.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I know. I appreciate it.
It's all the
You're
Chris
getting
Japan.
around. Yeah.
I took a class last night.
That was good. Thank you. It helps the show.
It was called Mother 101.
It was just videotapes.
Yeah, I
all movies.
Yeah, I just watch old family movies, which is just my mom. Just my mom swallowing pills. All right, so what happened?
What's the next story?
Sorry, I queefed.
Oh,
What was that? You?
I quit too.
Oh my god! At the same time?
Yeah,
Jinx, you owe me a Coke. Queef, sisters.
Woo.
Eat. You ever queef at the same time?
No.
It really
That seems- I
bonds
feel
you.
like- yeah, I was
You
gonna
get
say.
really into, yeah.
Like,
you're really
like
into
a synced up situation.
intimate
It's usually when you pull out the double donger and take the money off your backs.
Is it stuck there?
Yes,
Like a
Requiem.
Superman.
Requiem for a dream.
Never
And
seen
then you
that
just
film.
crawl up in a little.
You've
You
never
should
seen
watch
it?
it.
You should watch Requiem
Oh,
for a
watch it
Dream.
tonight.
Like with the family, get the family
Get
around.
the
Oh, yeah, get
family
everybody
together. Get
together.
all the kids.
If you don't want them to do drugs, you should get the family.
Yeah.
There's
I
no-
watched it before I did drugs, and I still did drugs.
yeah.
It's not a cautionary tale enough. It needs
I
to be-
watched
it
it.
needs-
I
should
just
be
never did
harder.
heroin.
I watched it on drugs.
Like that reminds me of last week.
We watched it. I used to work at this place called the War Memorial, and we would steal liquor and get high. It was my friend's job for like a year and a half. We were janitors, but we'd set up weddings and then go and use this giant theater they had that would only be used for plays. It was great.
That's
What a
awesome.
weird job.
Yeah, we were high and drinking, and every now and then they'd call and they'd be like, "Houseman," which I'm sure they don't use anymore, but we need a table and blah, blah. And one of us, who was the least stumbly, would go and bring the people a table. But we watched it, and the guy we watched it with, who was our boss, he's like, "No, I can stomach it." End of the movie, vomits everywhere. Everywhere.
I don't know the ending.
He was just
Yeah.
sitting in his office after that, like angry we showed it to him. And he was just like, "I don't know why." I'm like, "Well, I didn't know how it was going to end. It's not my fault." He's just like that. It felt like a roller coaster. Why would you make that?
No, it's awesome.
It's really good. I like
good.
Is
it.
it good?
It's very
Happy,
good.
happy ending.
Marlon Wayans is
Oh, yeah.
incredible in it, actually.
Hey, bringing back around, he was going to play Robin in the third Batman movie for Tim Burton.
Marlon Wayans was? Really?
Yeah, and they pulled it away from him in the last part. He just went on Shay's podcast and talked about it. And he was saying it was the best thing that ever happened to him, even though he was like devastated when it happened.
Oh, I'm
He was
sure.
19, and he was like, "Oh, this is my start. I'm gonna," even though he was already like part of a big family, he was like, "I'm gonna be huge because of this Batman movie because it was huge at the time," and then it got ripped away because families didn't like
Yeah,
it.
you wouldn't know at the time. I mean, it's not a good movie.
Which one?
Batman Forever.
Oh, I love that movie.
No, you do.
It's not good though. I'll be real.
No, well,
it's not good. There's
We
there's
gotta
aspects
move
of it
away
that are
from
good.
20-year-old Batman.
You're right. You're right. So let's go. Look, I know
dare
you like it. I know you like it.
I am aware that it's not.
I didn't say
as
hated
good,
it.
Even close. It's not even close as good as the
See
Tim
what I'm
Burton.
saying? It's not it's Joel Schumacher.
Yeah.
Go watch Flatliners if you want to watch a good Schumacher film, not the remake.
Oh,
Speaking of that, Pure Michigan. A Michigan bride and groom were arrested after a groomsman was supposedly intentionally struck and killed by an SUV after their wedding.
what the hell?
Yeah, a Michigan wedding ended in murder charges, my friend, when a groomsman died after being hit by a vehicle driven by the groom, according to police. That's the lovely couple right
It was
there.
like once he saw the picture, he
Yeah,
went,
it
yeah.
made-
yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame they're not going to have kids. The Flint Police Department announced this week. I should say stillborn. All right, sorry.
And they live in Flint.
Yeah, they live in Flint.
Oh, they
Jeez.
do. Oh, it's in the water.
It's a mess.
with them.
I'm just worried I might know people. The Flint Police Department announced this week that the couple, James Ashira on the left there, who's 22, shockingly enough, and Savannah Coolier on the right, who's 21, were, God, that is a rough 20.
So that's
22.
that's the bride.
Yeah, the bride and
that's
groom.
the bride.
It was an inside job.
Yeah.
It was a setup. That's messed up.
Yeah, Bobby Moynihan on the right there is the bride. And
Bobby Moynihan. That's how I hear his name in my head.
yeah, the two new SNL hires ran over. So they were arrested the following day after the incident happened on their wedding day. So per authorities, officers responded to a Flint home around 8 p.m. on August 30th for a reported pedestrian injury crash. When they arrived, the victim, 29-year-old Terry Lewis Taylor Jr., had severe injuries and was taken to a nearby hospital, where he later died. Earlier that day, say police, Taylor Jr. attended the wedding of the suspects and was allegedly a groomsman.
I mean, there are pictures, allegedly.
He was
Yeah.
in the groomsman
He was a
party.
groomsman.
He's a
Yeah.
groomsman.
Dang, that's freaking messed up. I don't want to
Yes.
say a bad word because then they're gonna
No, but
monetize
I
it.
mean, we got to see.
frick.
Well, we'll find out if they're guilty. But I feel like
Well, let's continue. Yeah,
I feel like if Terry's,
I'm locked in, Dave.
Terry's tuxedo was all over the grill. Anyway,
hard to deny.
so after the wedding, he was involved in an argument which led to him being intentionally struck by a large SUV that was traveling at a high rate of speed and driven by the groom. That's what the cops said.
What do you think the argument was?
He had sex with that beautiful.
Oh,
catch.
a lover's quarrel.
Maybe it was a triangle he found out about.
What I watch a lot
How
of
could it not be?
true crime stuff.
By that I mean a block of cheese.
what if it's life insurance?
Oh.
So the person that died is the groom, right?
No, the person
No?
that died is
No,
the
no, no.
groomsman.
I throw my
Groomsman.
theory out.
The bride and groom.
I thought the groomsman
apparently-
was in on the plot.
No,
with
he's
the wife,
the dead one.
And she was like, I'm going to get him dead as soon as we're hitched.
No,
And I'm going to get all the money.
The groomsman
That's not-
is still alive. That's him in prison, jail. That's her in jail who was in the passenger seat, and the man who was killed is the gentleman in the middle.
Which is the
Groomsman.
groomsman.
You misspoke. It was the
Yes.
groom that killed him.
Oh,
It was the groom that killed him. I'm sorry. County prosecutor David Lenton told AP, I don't know what that is, the incident occurred at the home where the wedding festivities continued, following a ceremony at a local pizzeria. Nothing screams classy wedding
They just
like a
killed
pizzeria in Flint.
And then just
didn't
kept going
stop.
with the
Yeah.
reception.
Can't stop the party, bro.
come on,
We're
man.
going. We're celebrating.
You think I paid to rent a
come on.
pizza parlor? If,
He is not the
I
groom.
don't care if Taylor's did. We got
Pizza Hut is expensive.
I got us a salad,
That's it.
an anapasta salad. I got us 3 larges.
I told everybody it's a potluck. They can bring their own.
Yeah, come on. I didn't rent this out for an hour.
No.
So following a ceremony, Leighton claimed Taylor was in the street when he was hit by the SUV, adding that the newlyweds left the scene and didn't go to the police until the next day. Well, they were celebrating. Shara has been charged. And
Honeymoon, please.
And well, their honeymoon's in jail. Sarah and they were charged and arraigned for second-degree murder, so I guess it wasn't premeditated, as is currently being held with no bond. Collier was charged and arraigned with the accessory of the fact to a felony, and bond was set at $4,000, which she posted on Wednesday. So chances are she may be able to get out because she was not behind the wheel and go get herself one of the many suitors that were still at the
Gonna
pizzeria.
say she's back on the market, guys.
Yeah, go ahead, get
You
yourself.
guys out there lonely, I know you are.
Get you some.
Get some of this
Flint.
right here. Flip.
She looks like the water
They look
tastes.
dehydrated.
Yeah, they both.
I heard they fixed it, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, okay.
But there was this
Presumably.
brief part where they produced a lot of problems, and you're looking at it. That's
You can't
cool, though.
fix that.
I'm not saying that they look mutated. It is sad though. I don't. This guy just seemed to be invited to a wedding. I don't know what kind of an argument you would get in where somebody would mow you down with an SUV, and I can't imagine it was a very crowded wedding for them to be like, I guess we'll just go to the pizzeria. Everybody else in attendance.
You guys hungry?
So, but I just want to say, as the person who officiated it, I left first and did not know.
You were not involved.
And when he got there, I was like, "Are you covered in pizza before getting to the pizza?"
Marinara
sauce.
sauce. Must have been good.
But because there are love triangles out there. Speaking of,
Mm-hmm.
Dave Grohl.
Oh, man.
Dave Grohl has come out and admitted that he's been unfaithful in his marriage, and it's resulted in a bastard love child. I don't know if that's the nicest way to
That's
put
not,
it.
you can't say that these
don't
days. That's
know.
not nice to say.
We don't know who the mother is, but let's take a look at.
I have some.
Mm.
Dave, did you have sex with Dave Grohl?
No, his mom would have had to.
No, I don't think that's how it works. Little Dave on Dave.
You know how I said I didn't like the Foo Fighters?
There can only be one Dave Landau.
There was only one. There was
Because if
one time where I loved them.
there was two Dave Landaus, they would never stop butt fucking each other.
Is that what a butt baby is?
She's right.
It looked deformed.
I thought it looked handsome.
I wouldn't do that to myself.
Okay.
I have hemorrhoids.
We all have
Ah,
hemorrhoids.
It's not me.
No.
I-
No.
Look, one time we made
Got the
love.
downy eyes.
He made love to me and told me he was going to leave her.
He said, I got another confession to make.
That's what it-
You're like, what?
And I was like, what is, it was weird because he said that right after he came.
I'm your fool.
After it was weird. He was like, Kurt didn't kill himself. And I was like, could you hand me a towel? So the guy who was very upset, I'm sorry. Kurt didn't unalive himself.
So he actually had a secret
But the guy
love
was
child.
mad that Trump used his song.
Right.
A week later, comes out and says that he had a secret love child.
Just taking hits, bro.
You think he's been raising it? Let's take a look.
What are you talking about?
Oh, we don't have the actual.
What show do you think this is, Dave? Some kind of produced show that has content?
You think he's been raising it?
No.
Yeah. Why? He's got money.
Yeah. Well, maybe. Yeah, from
right?
a distance.
You think
But
he
I wouldn't
just-
consider that raising it.
You think he has it in the house like Schwarzenegger's?
No, that's
Yeah, he's like,
baller
that is
move
not
right
mine.
there.
Yeah, that is impressive when you just walk it by your wife. every
Motherfucker
day.
looks just like you, dude.
Is that you? And you're like,
It's like a brown version of you, man.
Mexican. That's Arnold. This is Arnold ejaculating. In the maid.
Clean it up.
Clean
Can't
it up,
do it.
maid.
Now he's Russian.
I can't do an Arnold.
I want it on your back.
Why are you like this, Arnold?
Because I come here, I come at the gym.
Hasta la vista, come.
Twins.
He just says movie like it
He's
says
the
his own
pregnant one.
movies.
It's the pregnant man. And he just has a Mexican baby.
I let the maid fuck me. No. I'm having a baby. I hope it's not black.
He doesn't know how it works.
He thinks what they tell me. He keeps taking pregnancy tests. He has no idea how babies.
But that's how we found out he has testicular cancer.
It says I'm pregnant.
Arnold, it's
Might have a problem with Arnold.
it just means you're very sick.
Yeah.
What?
He's like smoking a cigar and petting one of his kitchen goats.
Oh yeah.
What?
He does.
He does.
Kitchen goat?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's got wildlife.
Just in his house.
Yeah, he's got like a
Wild man.
like you can take the man out of Austria, but you can't take hay and goats out of his kitchen.
You cannot.
His father.
It's like a pastime. He just likes to have goats around and
Yeah, he honestly has like pets like that you would have
little
in,
sus.
yeah, Austria.
a little weird.
Just likes it.
I think he's I don't think he's I mean, well, I don't think he's a great guy.
Okay.
Who is?
Arnold, but nobody's perfect. I mean, David Grohl, he's sitting. I mean, can you imagine
with him? Is
a
it you call him
rock
David?
star having sex with women that are not his wife?
Yeah,
That
you know,
wanna
this is
desperately
it's
want to have
ridiculous.
sex with him.
Yeah, I mean, this.
that's the wildest thing I've ever heard you say.
Mm-hmm.
Rocks.
I mean, you have these rock stars on stage, right, rocking out,
sweaty.
and the women who go to see them because they have this insane lust for them.
Mm.
And can you imagine a guy? I mean, I don't get it.
I don't get it.
I don't get it.
It's ridiculous. And then to keep it secret.
I mean, can you imagine?
By God.
I can't.
You can't imagine what? You can cut to her when she talks.
It's okay.
I can't imagine.
I don't know where this one went.
No, get away.
We're
from
gonna
me.
jump
Get
off
away.
this train here.
to her now and make her own this.
I cannot even imagine that a man would have sex with a woman that is throwing herself at him,
It's insane,
or vice versa.
right?
That's would have been good
Well,
to say.
You
The
can
first.
believe
Doesn't
the
happen
vice
that much
versa.
to women, I don't think.
No, I don't think
Women
I don't
rock
think-
stars. There's not like dude group.
Well,
I mean,
you
it's
know,
dude
if
groupies throwing
if
themselves
they're
in,
like
but
the
they're
lead
not.
singer of like Linkin Park or something, they
They're
might
not
be.
hot. Well, but she's kind of cute. But I doubt.
That's what
that
I'm
they-
saying.
But the kind of guys that are throwing themselves at like the lead singer of Linkin Park,
When I got
aren't gonna
to
be hot.
Ireland
Wait,
to
did you
meet,
say the guys that are throwing them?
yeah, because she's a chick.
Yeah, I went to Ireland.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was,
and I was
I was
like,
still thinking of Chester.
"Where's the lead singer of the Cranberries?" And boy, much to my chagrin, not she. She was unalived from drinking.
Yeah, not around anymore.
And then I went and looked for Sinead O'Connor, and neither.
well,
You
So-
certainly have a look that you like.
Yes, boy.
Yes.
Shaven. Drunk
I
boy.
wasn't gonna say that, but yeah.
I listened to Nothing Compares to You,
Yeah.
the Prince version. That's how I was introduced to that song.
Yes.
And then recently I was like, oh, let's see what the other one sounds like.
Oshan Shin.
Horrible.
No.
Trash.
No.
Trash. It's a way worse version.
I'm not saying
Prince,
it's not a
Prince is the far superior version of that song.
Prince is going to be the far
the
superior
way she sings,
version
it's
every
just
time.
all random. Like no,
But she did her version.
and it was trash.
I didn't think it was trash. Angela?
Nothing. No offense to Sinead. Rest in peace. But your version of the song was trash.
I didn't hear it.
Yes, you did. You've heard Sinead O'Connor's
Yeah,
Nothing Compares to You.
Yeah, it's fine.
You fence sitting.
Also means trash.
I have no.
sit on the fence.
I literally never think about it. I haven't had a thought about it.
Well, why don't you think about it sometime?
You know it is trash?
What's that?
Debt.
It is. You ever been in debt? Ugh.
Not for most of my life.
Gross.
But let's say you had a crippling gambling addiction, hypothetically, and you lost everything.
Look, I know that I spend a little bit of extra money on apps, okay?
And
What's wrong
hiking
with that?
shoes.
What's wrong with my hiking shoe?
But let's say for real, you're one of the many people in this country who is part of the... I like your hiking shoes.
Thank you.
I don't believe they're sponsoring the show.
That's true. That's why we're not saying the name.
Yeah. If they
Think it'd
would.
I mean,
Yeah.
You think we
break
could get
in a
him?
new pair of shoes.
You think you could put in a good word for us?
Yeah, maybe just tell them that I think it's
I
either
got a
a
direct
heart attack
contact.
or I pulled something.
Are you okay?
I don't know.
I can't feel the side of my face.
It's, what do you
How's your
call
left
it?
arm?
Numb.
Uh-oh. What are you
It's
smelling?
fine.
You
Like,
worked out. You
I
worked out.
guess you
That's
could
what it
say
is.
like an elephant is sitting on my chest.
Oh, God.
I
how
think
I
that's
felt when I-
literally the description of a stroke.
Yeah. That's how I felt when I was having my C-section.
Really?
Yeah.
Like on your chest?
Yeah, there's all this insane pressure on your chest when they're like cutting you open.
You could
That's
feel
how I
it?
felt when I was with your mom
well,
last
you're
night.
Oh, man.
because of the medicine.
Her mother's a saint of a woman.
She's beautiful.
Go on, sorry.
No, that's all. It just feels like an elephant sitting on your chest.
Why did you feel it though? Weren't you on drugs?
Yeah, you're on drugs, but you can still feel like a tugging and a pressure because they're cutting you open.
Yeah. Well, I
like-
mean, I would have no reference. That's why I'm
that's
wondering
true.
how.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Oh, I
Okay.
took all the drugs.
Oh, yeah.
Not
Well,
doing
that's what
that
my
shit.
wife did. She was like, I'm going to do the epidural. I'm like, do them. They're drugs.
Don't do them.
Oh, she did
I
'em.
say don't do them.
Why? Because you're a man?
No, my wife. My wife had an epidural with the first one, and it wasn't done correctly, and she had back pain. Now she has back pain for the rest
So
of her
she
life.
had the rest of them unmedicated.
Mm-hmm.
She is
Yeah, she's hardcore.
she's hardcore.
I love that woman.
Mad
Really?
respect
Watch
to
the
her.
show.
Well, no, neither does mine. But
Mine either.
Look at us queefing together.
we're
just syncing up.
Bonding.
I owe you a sadness
Yeah.
soda. So, but she goes to the hospital? Mm-hmm. It's not like in your living room over.
I could do it though. If it
baby
came down to the
pool?
wire,
Well,
I
now
could do
you
it.
could.
I could do it. I'm trained.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched it happen a lot.
One time, my principal was pregnant and gave birth in an elevator, and I got it because we were stuck.
You were stuck in an elevator with your pregnant principal and you helped her give birth?
Principal's wife.
I cannot believe
This is an
you
episode of Family Matters.
Never.
No.
Top line.
I've never
It's
heard
not.
this.
No.
That's a bottle episode.
No,
of
no.
Family Matters.
No, it's not. I was stuck in an elevator. His wife was giving birth. We couldn't get out of the elevator. And then everybody at Bayside High came up and gave me a high
Wait a
five once the
minute.
elevator
Wait a
worked.
second.
I got you.
Was her husband a pedophile?
Yes.
This is
Eventually.
Bottle episode.
No, that wasn't it.
Wait.
Jeffrey
Oh, sorry.
Jones is the pedo.
Oh, sorry.
I looked that up. Mr. Belding's not.
He's not.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Oh,
Mr.
that's good.
You
Belding.
guys brought that
Oh,
up.
I'm
so
sorry.
sorry.
Put that on me.
I wanted to recheck that on here, by the way. Dennis Haskins didn't do anything.
I
Sorry,
was thinking
Dennis.
of
Seventh Heaven?
Seventh Heaven.
Okay.
Seventh Heaven.
My
Yeah.
bad.
No.
Confirmed.
My bad.
Dennis Haskins didn't do. Now, Screech I've met.
Now, Screech has debt.
Oh, well, he's
He
dead.
did.
Well, I was just trying to redirect it back
Generational.
to
I
the-
watched Screech do cocaine in front of me, and it was easily one of the most surreal moments of my life.
Wow.
I feel like he'd be really good at it.
He was good at it. It's why he's not alive
Too
anymore.
good at it.
Yeah.
I felt bad for him.
He flew too close.
Dude. He's like, I want you to hold on to this bag. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing coke.
No.
And he's like, but if people like catch me, I can go to jail. Like I'm
Well, then.
I don't want to go to jail.
Yeah, and I'm like, you think I can't? You think because you're Screech? And then he's
good. He's good.
then he ended up stabbing somebody and went to jail anyway.
Oh, that's right. With the pin.
Yeah. On Christmas.
That will put you in debt.
Drinking
Dave.
alone.
That'll put you in
that
some
will
serious
put you
debt.
in debt.
Yeah. So as cute as they had the new show where they
Oh my
made the
gosh.
Screech burger. Spaghetti sandwiches. right, so talking about debt. That's a pretty good story.
That was good. Yeah, good
Dustin
story.
Diamond. I feel
It was
when I get
good.
into it, I can go a little farther with it. Anyway, but when you see it, it's surreal.
Oh my
All right, so anyway, because you grow up watching them. Anyway,
Yeah.
You're like, you're the nerdy one. All right, so debt is a problem, and perhaps you are a nerdy kid who had a Coke problem.
Yeah.
But debt provides something that you might need. And what is that thing you might need?
What?
A reality check?
Yeah.
A reality check.
Oh.
That's one thing. But you know what? A lot of people make mistakes, especially in this horrible economy. When you're paying $38 for peanut butter and it costs $75 to fill up half your car, you're going to end up running up some credit card debt. It happens to everybody. Don't be ashamed of this at all. Honestly, we've never had higher credit card debt in this country. It's nothing to be ashamed of.
Travesty.
It happens to everybody at some point. Everybody gets a little, I don't even want to say irresponsible. Sometimes you just have to survive and you end up going too far. You go over a budget. Well, PDS Debt provides a service to match you with debt solutions tailored to your financial situation. If you're making payments every month on your debt and your balances aren't going down, obviously because of the wonderful interest rates, like 21%, PDS has solutions for you. Everyone with $10,000 or more in eligible debt qualifies, and there is no minimum credit score. Save more money while paying off your debt in a fraction of time. PDS Debt strives to understand your specific scenario and can help provide alternative solutions to becoming debt-free.
Debt-free.
I mean, I'm sure both of you have had some run-ins.
I have
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, student debt, credit
never
card
had that.
debt.
Tree
Basically
hit
every,
your house
every
debt.
kind of
Yeah,
debt.
tree
I'm
hitting
still.
your house debt.
Jeez.
Like, yeah, we all go through some crap. So don't, well, you're not alone. Don't be embarrassed. Honestly, I know plenty of people that have been through this. I myself have had issues, and I've been rich
Yeah.
beyond your wildest dreams. But I've also been broke.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, it's not easy. And you have a
Not a fun
family. Yeah. Go ahead. Stop waiting and start saving. Go get a free debt analysis right now at pdsdebt.com/normal. That's pdsdebt.com/normal. It only takes 30 seconds. That's it. pds.com/normal. And thank you very much, PDS Debt, for sponsoring this episode. Again, that consultation is absolutely free.
Thanks, PDS.
Thanks, PDS.
PDS Debt.
PDS Debt, getting you out of debt.
Ow.
There's your jingle.
That was pretty good.
I'm in debt. I'm in debt. PDS Debt.
Ooh.
You could be the new singer. You could be the new singer for Linkin Park.
Yeah.
I kind of wish you were.
You want me to do baritone?
Yeah. At least you don't support Danny Masterson.
That's true. Down to the
That was
river.
weird.
That's
I heard about that,
good.
Is it
Ooh,
really?
I like you.
Down to the river, Danny, down.
Yeah, you got a good little voice.
Yeah, you do.
River.
It's good. You got another career in you.
Drown Danny in the river, child now.
Just gotta
What
watch
is
out for
this
that,
song
though.
you're singing?
It's about drowning Danny Masterson in the river.
Oh, I like
okay.
it.
All right. We're positive.
Because he's a rapist who wrote the book of love, not Danny. All right, so Linkin Park has announced a new female. What the?
I am outraged about this. Outrage!
What do you want all your fans to unlife themselves?
Unearth themselves.
I wasn't a Linkin Park fan though.
I was gonna say the same thing.
I didn't. I like
Don't
the
like it.
Jay-Z mix, but I didn't. I think he's very talented.
Absolutely.
It's just not my jam.
He can hit those notes.
Yeah, I thought he was very, very talented. It's not. If
I liked
want-
it up until I was 11.
See,
You
I
know,
just-
10, 11, and I was like, what is this? I don't like this.
Dude, I grew up with like Tool. I can't.
Oh, yeah.
When you can't listen to like, why it can
Yeah.
not be sober. Just want to live for
Yep. I don't know what is the genre of Linkin
Cool.
Park? We're gonna get so many people so mad at us. What is
well, that's
pop
fine.
punk.
Is it
Yeah, pop punk. I would say
rap-ish though? Don't they do some kind of lyrical things? Doesn't the
he did. Yeah,
other singer do rap? I bought his other album. It's trash.
Yeah, I would. It's
that
hard for me
mistake.
to say punk because punk should be so stripped down.
I feel like it's not punk at all. There's a fucking
Nothing.
DJ
Even
on
the
the
term
team.
pop punk is kind of like
Anti-punk.
it just goes.
Really, yeah.
They battle.
Like even Johnny Rotten is still punk.
Yeah.
Like
R.I.P.
Henry Rollins, even if you could be a bit draining, but he's still punk. Like he's a
Right,
minimalist.
yeah.
Like punk is minimalism and
Anarchy.
yeah,
establishment.
It's very like the Clash almost got too poppy.
Mm-hmm.
The Ramones hated the fact that the album they did with Phil Spector was poppy.
Really?
Like pop punk is not like it's an odd category. So I wouldn't say they were that punk, but I would definitely say it was
Soft
some
rock.
kind of new, you know, what
emo
a new
metal
something?
almost in a
I
way.
don't know if it was emo though. It's not very. I guess yeah.
Emo is such a weird
Yeah.
thing to me.
It does dip its toe in the emo-ness.
But I like the Killers. I'll admit it.
Yeah, it's very emo.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's very fucking emo. I got so far.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I always wear a sweater.
yeah.
That's a Midwest emo.
Yeah.
Which I am down for.
I love Midwest
me
emo.
some Midwest emo.
It's an actual genre.
It is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Who's that? Like, hey there, Delilah.
No, it's like
No,
modern
you-
It's
baseball.
like Hawthorne Heights.
Gone in New York
it's,
City.
it's when they
Silverstein.
have like a very distinct kind of like whiny kind
Yeah.
of voice like
Oh, I hate that.
this.
Yeah, yeah.
I like
I
it.
fucking love that shit.
Oh, like Blink 187.
Oh, my.
182. What you
182.
fuck? What are you? 80?
Yeah.
187. Blink 187.
You were you were a teen in the 90s.
I was, but I listened to good music. So I'm sorry. I know.
How do you feel about new metal? How do you feel about new metal?
what new metal?
New metal, like System
Name
of
a
a
band.
Down,
I like System of a Down.
Korn.
I like Korn.
Okay, I was listening. Do you
That's
know
not
that?
new metal?
Yeah, it is.
System of a Down's been around a long time, friend.
No, new metal, not new metal, like new metal.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
Did you know that they have a song that's
I just
based
call
off
that
of?
metal.
I wouldn't call it metal.
Original metal has a bit of an operatic feel, which is sort of that gets into Metallica, but original metal has a little bit of Alice Cooper.
Harder.
Or you have like Run to the Hills by Iron Maiden. Like there's an opera
They're
feel
very
to it.
different,
Blue Oyster Cult got dabbed into it. AC/DC. Like there was a, I don't know. There's sort
It's
of an.
very showy, like
Yeah.
very intricate.
So I guess I can see how
It's
that's new
classified
metal.
like System of a Down is
I would
classified
put
as
Linkin
new metal.
Park. If that's new metal, I would
Maybe
put Linkin,
Linkin
Park,
Park.
as new metal.
I think Linkin Park might be new metal. I think
yeah.
we figured it out.
I like System of a Down. I've seen
I
them
love
live.
System of a Down.
They're great.
Did you know that they did a song
They're
with
okay.
Wu-Tang Clan?
Yeah.
I didn't know this until I freaking love System
They
of
were
a Down.
opera majors too.
Didn't know that.
By the way, Blink 187's a better name.
No,
No, it is not.
Why do you like Blink 182?
because I just like the sound of the music.
Name a song.
It's whiny.
Josie.
Is that the one you like?
Well, I like them all.
Is that Josie's
Aliens
on a
exist.
vacation
No,
far
no.
away?
Aliens
I want to
exist.
talk it over.
He believes that too.
I know. We'll talk it over.
Yeah. Well,
Honestly, I'm
after
just
this.
wondering.
No. I just like
I
the
have
way
a
it
friend.
sounds.
I have a friend who follows them. I'm not knocking their talent.
No, yeah.
It's the Travis Bickle fellow, yes, from Taxi Driver.
Travis Bickle.
You know, and I'm a shitbag too because I watched that whole fucking show that he made. Travis and his wife.
Oh yeah.
They're not together anymore.
No.
But like I watched
He's with
it
a
on VH1.
Kardashian now.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
What a
Yep.
scumbag.
I don't dislike. I don't. And again, he's a drummer, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he's really
And
good.
He's very good. He's a very good drummer. But again, just Blink 182 wasn't my thing. It reminded me a lot of that, like Jesse's mom has got it
Oh,
going on.
I like that too.
See,
Yeah, I'm down
Fountains
with that too.
of Wayne.
yes, that's what it was. Fountains of Wayne. Yeah. Well, I had to sit through American Pie a lot every time one came out.
Yeah.
The Libertines.
I like the first three, especially the first one.
I don't like the Stifler one. Where it like really focused on Stifler because he was the standout character that people love, but then they gave you too much of him, and like the
Yeah,
fourth
he needed
movie's
doses.
all about him. It's like, my,
You mean every movie Sean William Scott made after American?
yes, too much Stifler.
Yeah, he actually is very good in a movie with John C. Reilly, and it's oh man, it's great. And I'm trying to think of the name of it. They're both working in an office.
I don't know.
There's a scene where he cries because he shakes a hand of a guy with Down syndrome, and his hands feel like sandpaper.
The Promotion.
The Promotion, and he's like, that gets him to stop masturbating. He's like bawling. But anyway.
Anyways, Linkin Park got a new female singer, and people heard her.
Yeah.
Are we gonna hear her?
We can hear.
I guess Chester Bennington won't be the only one that will be bleeding all over the stage. Oh.
Play the clip.
We got to talk though.
Okay. I don't think anybody's going to mind us talking over this.
Just a taste.
How does she sound in a recording studio? This is probably the worst way to like.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah,
I like that part.
I don't think.
Trying to sound masculine.
Oh, my goodness.
Just like before.
I want to say for the record, I like female singers often far more than male singers.
I don't mind. When I heard this, I was like, okay, yeah, Chester's got like a higher range, and he usually sings a little higher, and maybe like she could do it. And then I watched that, and I was like, no,
Joan
she
Jett,
cannot. Hell no.
that's a travesty.
Yeah.
Travis Barker.
That's a
Steve.
Travis
Barker. Whoa.
I'm
yeah,
singing
so
songs now.
Maybe not the
That's
best
what
way to.
I'm out singing songs for you.
I see skies of blue, clouds of white.
Thanks for coming to the show. I know he's gone now.
Lead singer of Linkin Park now.
I see friends shaking hands. How do you do?
That's not the freaking track list.
Stop singing that, bitch.
It's your only song that freaking people remember you by.
Well, you gotta be so I hate when they do that. They take a song like that and they make it fast.
Or when they make it slow.
Yeah.
You know, when they make it like this like melodic.
If you make
like,
It's a
slow
Wonderful
thing.
World slow.
Yeah, like, what are you doing? Got some heavy downers, bro.
We were watching this John Legend gospel hour the other night. I don't know why. It was just on
Yeah.
TV.
I like John Legend.
He's fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
Even when my husband had the remote, and I was like, "What are you doing?" He was like, "I don't know, just checking it out." And they slowed this.
You have a head
No, I'm just doing stuff.
Like, are you okay?
I'm just getting
And they
into
just
it.
slowed. I mean, I grew up in the church, so I know all the hymns. There's some bangers in there.
Yeah, yeah.
And he just slowed the fuck out of them down.
I
And
also
it was
know them.
unlistenable. Like, it was just like, it has a melody.
What was he singing?
It was
It was like, Michael
Precious-
rode your motor shore.
Precious Lord, take my hand.
Okay.
Oh,
and he slowed that down?
Yeah, and he was just like, lest I stand. Like, it just kept
Like,
going
we get it, John.
out. Like,
You can sing, John. Okay.
we want to hear the melody.
There is such a wonderful, deep God relation to the blues and to a lot of the older
Elvis.
music and in the church and
Yeah.
yeah. And I love that element of it. But it
Yeah.
is odd though when somebody goes straight up into like singing like a hymn. Because it seems like they overdo it.
Yes.
There's supposed to be like a hint of sadness to some of those songs and
Oh, yeah.
sorrow.
Yeah.
So when you like drag it into like
Yeah.
this sort
You
of
lose
like,
all the emotion. out
yeah,
of it.
like it's supposed to have a feeling to it where when you see somebody who's an actual, because like, look, people can say it's not true, but it is. There actually are amazing Christian rock bands that know exactly what
sure,
they're doing.
Yeah, of course.
And when you hear them, you're like, oh, they get it. They get
Yeah.
the emotion behind this song.
That's a meme. The whole like Christian rock sucks. Like sometimes Christian rock can be actually really good.
Flyleaf was good.
Tell the arenas of people that go and watch it. Like
Yeah.
I've seen absolutely amazing. Well, and if you look at like Aretha
Lion King.
Franklin, she was raised in the church. I mean, she eventually became a hooker and then some other stuff and came up. But there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, there's stories about everybody. But there's a lot of people that were raised inside of churches, especially down like in Muscle Shoals, Alabama, where they record, and a lot of people in the South. I'm trying to think of his name. St. Paul and the Broken Bones. St. Paul, that guy was raised in the church, and
Yep.
like to see him live and belt out the way it's because
You're singing most like
they're
multiple
singing
times
from,
a week.
but they're singing from their soul.
Yeah.
Like that's what they learned to do. Like
Yeah.
that's why it's soul music, because it comes from that like deep church love of God, love of self
Yeah.
that you just kind of don't get in. It's like Marvin Gaye was soul.
Yeah.
I have
Sam
one.
Cooke.
Oh, Sam
Otis
Cooke.
Redding.
Cook. Oh.
That's what I want when I listen to him his song. I just want to hear. I want to believe you, and I want to feel your feelings that you're
Yeah.
selling. And I think when they slow down, like that John Legend was doing, it's just like to show off your vocal prowess.
It's not
I'm
about
like,
you, John.
Shut up.
Yeah, you're right though.
That's
No.
the Lord.
Yeah, no, you're both right. That it's like, yeah, it's not about you. It's
Yeah.
about what you're singing about, and like Otis Redding. Like one of my prized possessions is honestly a "What's Going On" Marvin Gaye record that's signed, and it hangs on my wall. And
amazing.
it's so relevant today as it was when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like it's signed by him, and I love
That's
every
amazing.
time I look at it. Like
Yeah.
it's just it's so cool, and just the message in that song. And it's like, this is a guy, he was a crack addict that got shot by his dad, but there was like such this deep soul and this upbringing that he had. I mean, I love soul music more than probably anything, and
Yeah.
that's why I like John Legend when he does it right. But
And the vulnerability in it too.
absolutely,
You know?
First time I
beautiful.
saw John Legend was on Dave Chappelle. He did a musical performance on there,
Yeah.
which you can't find anymore because they cut all those off of the DVDs. They didn't do any of the musical
Really?
performances. Yeah, I think so. Because I could never find it.
What about the barbershop sketch?
Well, that's not a
Oh, that's
musical.
John Mayer.
Yeah, which is hilarious too.
That was John Mayer.
Yeah, John Legend was on that.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah, John Mayer.
How
did
do we
the
get
barbershop
there?
sketch.
That's like we got out of Linkin Park.
Well, I think it was
good.
because we heard her voice.
Yeah, we're like, get the heck away from us.
I hope she gets better. I mean, I don't want to see anybody
Maybe it was a bad
fail.
day. Yeah,
I
it
want to
wasn't
see her
maybe-
do good, but holy Lord.
I mean, everything was kind of stacked up against her from the beginning. I
Yeah.
mean, you're coming into a band where the ex frontman is super beloved.
We were
and-
talking about this on Based Af with Adam.
Yeah.
What's up? Shout out to Adam Krigler in the chat.
Hey, Adam.
What's up, bro? We were talking about this. At what point does a band become a different band? Like, could
Yeah,
you
like Journey.
Like, yeah. Are you like? Is it Chester that makes the band, or is
Journey
it
is
the
karaoke.
other guy?
It's the best karaoke you'll ever
right,
see,
but
but
once
it's karaoke.
once Steven,
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
whatever.
No, I was just offended by what you just said.
The new Journey?
Oh, the new Journey.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Journey in general.
No.
Okay.
I would
To get
never
offended?
never mock Journey.
He is. Garrett, I think he is.
I'm offended.
Okay, let's get into one of. Okay. There's no South Detroit, all right? It's a river.
You always go to this.
There are other songs.
Very.
Are there?
Yeah, any way you want it, that's the way you need it.
Any way you want it. All right, that's true, because Ronnie Dangerfield goes, so what? So let's dance.
The sweetest thing.
Oh, the sweetest thing. All right, I secretly like Journey. I wanted to seem cool.
You seem cool.
That's okay.
Now
I
just
think you're cool, man.
grab your titty and let's finish the
Well, I'm telling you, though, when they played that, my wife and I ran. We went and saw Steve Miller and Journey together, and I enjoy Steve Miller. And when they started playing Don't Stop Believin' at the end, I was like, run to the car. Because everybody screams Born and Raised in South Detroit, and I mean, that went off like a bomb. You could have heard it from 30 miles away. I'm just like, run.
Get to the chopper.
Plus, you want to cut away the traffic because you're learning.
Yeah.
They're obviously.
Oh, I do
that's gonna be
now.
The last one.
Dude, I'm 40. I mean, I'm not.
I got time to wait. No.
No. I am immediately. First of all, I borrow a handicap pass, and not everybody uses those spots, so don't get all
Yeah.
because and I'm owed it because I've paid many times for the VIP parking, and they don't give it to me because it's too full.
What?
I know.
Messed up.
I know.
But don't they know that
I blame
you're
Journey.
that you were the host of a podcast?
On top of it, I've performed on that stage many times.
Don't you know who I am?
I performed with the Doobie Brothers on that very stage. I opened for them.
Oh, that's
wow,
cool.
That is cool.
Damn right, it was cool.
Yeah. You should get a
you
parking
should
spot
get
for that.
you should get VIP.
Donna
for that.
Summer, Dennis Miller, on that stage.
On the same stage.
Dude, the Doobie Brothers were awesome. It was really one of the coolest concerts I have ever seen because I was literally standing 8 feet from them watching them perform.
That's really cool.
And we had just eaten dinner with them.
That's so
wow.
cool.
It was rad.
What did they order?
It was just like a big buffet.
Okay.
Yeah, that they had, but it was delicious.
I
And they
just
were.
want to know those.
I was nervous, and they were like, "Sit down."
That's cool though.
Yeah, they were super.
Chill.
Yeah, it was really nice. Donna Summer was. I'm sure she's in hell.
She seems like
She do something to you? Like what? You're so offended.
Yeah.
All right.
what'd she do?
Uh,
She's dead. It's fine.
Yeah.
She was. I was
watching
having
the
a
feed.
cigarette hundreds of feet away from a trailer,
Mhm.
and she was furious.
Like
And her manager came and told me to move away from her trailer, and I'm like, "Are you serious?" So like, then I go out. Everything's set up for lip syncing, Nobody's allowed to look at her when she walks through.
That's
Yeah.
trash.
I'm like, this is unbelievable. So I'm like, at least they'll wait for there to be a crowd before I go up. She throws me up in front of about, I don't know, 25 people at good hour and a half before the show even starts.
What?
Yeah. So I go out there and
Dude,
I go,
it's
well,
intentional.
Donna Summers is here. I guess I'm not allowed to smoke during her trailer. You think she wouldn't have such a problem with cigarettes, considering she was probably doing coke off Frank Stallone's dick at Studio 54. At this point, none of her fans are laughing, and my manager is just going. And
She was furious.
I would no, she didn't watch.
well, that,
Well, of course.
And no one
I'm sure
wanted to
somebody
go
told
tell
her.
her what I said. No one told her. But I wasn't allowed to play the venue for quite some time after that one, which sucked because my friend got to open for Earth, Wind, and Fire, and that would have been mine.
Oh, that's super cool.
That's cool. That's cool. That
is really cool.
The Doobies Brothers that's really cool.
It's pretty rad.
Yeah.
But yeah, whenever you're on stage, don't if you ever opening for Donna Summer,
Don't
don't
smoke.
talk about don't
I'll take
smoke,
note.
and don't talk
sure.
about Studio 54 and cocaine and Frank Stallone's cock.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
The more you know. She works hard for the money, so hard for it. This is how she opened. She goes, I broke my tooth today, everybody. I was eating a piece of toast and my tooth broke. Fortunately, there was a dentist in town that was able to help me and reminded me of this song. She works hard for the money. And it was clearly just like a CD.
It's like perfectly pitched, hitting every single note. You're
Yeah, and I'm in the back, like, because I was still going to watch the show. I was like, whatever, and I'm just watching, and I was like, all right, let's leave.
like, I'm out.
It was, my God.
She closed the show?
It was her show.
It wasn't the Doobie Brothers?
No, this is different times.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
two
right.
different bands I opened for. I've opened for a few bands. I opened for, I can't think of the dude's name, but it was at the Greek Theater in L.A., which is an amazing venue.
Really?
Yeah.
What do they do there?
They speak a lot of Greek.
Oh,
do-
I thought it was like a
Do this a lot.
sex theater.
No, Greek, like anal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Look, that's just Greek.
They invented it.
Yeah, they were like, let's go out on the ships for war, just us boys.
It'll connect us.
Let's start a war.
We'll be back looking like we were all riding horses.
Not able to explain why we're walking funny.
Yeah, look.
Because we're warriors.
Let's make the movie 300. It's a gay porn.
Only we'll cut all
True
the gay
sign.
parts out.
True
Yeah.
sign of
Just leave the gay
masculinity.
parts.
Yeah, that no, there was who was it? It was it's a huge name in jazz, and I don't know, I'm blanking on it. But it was really cool because the movie Get Him to the Greek, that's where it takes place.
Yeah.
It's such a great theater. Dang, I forgot it. Everybody enjoyed it. They really, and I was really kind of trying to be clean. But boy, I got hate mail from one guy.
Really?
Yeah, he told me I was classless for making a joke about a vasectomy.
How crass.
So that guy was sitting there just being like,
He just had a vasectomy.
Yeah, he was healing at the time.
His
It was
wife
like,
forced him to, and he's still mad about
he's
it.
very upset.
I was going to ask you, like, how does the audience take a comedian going up in front of a band? Because I feel like you're showing up to listen to music, but then you get a comedian. Are they like hesitant, or are they like, oh, hey, nice?
That was really how it worked for a long time.
Really?
Before, like, comedy clubs and everything, was a comedian would go up before a band, or you had comedy and music duo, which was sort of like Jerry Lewis and Dean Martin,
Right.
or you had Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis Jr., who I think was probably the most talented out of the three, but they were all great for their own reasons,
Yeah.
But Brad Garrett is a friend of mine. He used to open for Frank. And
Okay.
that was like his big thing until I guess one day, I was just mind telling the story, but this guy stands up in the middle of his act, and he's wearing a top hat and tails and just starts dancing with his date. So Brad's just like, hey, Mr. Peanut, you want to sit down? Just going on. Turns out it's John Gotti.
Oh, no.
So now he gets a talking to by Jilly Rizzo, who's Frank's manager,
Oh,
about
wow.
not doing that.
You might want to know.
And
That's
then
amazing.
The next night he goes, like another time he goes out, and he just says he bombed so hard. And he goes, all right, stick around for Frank. And they come out and they go, why'd you say stick it to Frank? And he's like, I didn't
They were doing
say-
this. They're like,
Yeah, he's like, I didn't say stick it to Frank. And he goes, no, we heard you. And he goes, no, I said stick around it for Frank because I was doing so bad. And they're like, no, we're pretty sure you said stick it to Frank. He's like, no, I swear to God, I did. Like, so then he's walking and there's a limo pulls up next to him. And he's just like, oh, crap. The window rolls down and it just goes, boo. And it's Frank.
Oh.
And he's like, oh. And he's like, you got to go work with the kid for a while, which meant Sammy.
Oh.
So he got to go tour with Sammy Davis Jr. up until the day he died. And I was like, how was that? He was like, it was so much more relieving, honestly, just because of like who would go to his shows, you know?
Yeah.
And he still knows some people, I'm sure, but he was like, it was just, said the second he met Sammy, he needed change for a pop machine. And he goes, hey, Sammy, do you have change for a 20? And he goes, a 20 is change, baby. And he said,
baller.
like,
Classy.
he was like smooth and fun. And he said that was like the best crowds because they just wanted to see the comic before Sammy, and Sammy wanted to make sure the room was full. He didn't just throw you out there. And
Yeah.
I don't think Frank did either. I think Frank was very respectful of that too, like of who opened for him.
Yeah.
So I think it just depended on if you were older. And I think the Doobie Brothers were aware of that because they let that whole place fill up and then they were like, go out there.
That's cool.
And that felt really nice because, you know, you could smell the weed and people were laughing.
Doobie Brothers.
You got to be cleaner because there's kids and stuff, but like they enjoyed it, you know. So I think people were used to comics opening, you know, for those bands for a long time.
Oh, cool.
That's
I should
cool.
do that more.
Yeah,
It used to be like a whole like night of entertainment kind of thing, like a power hour.
I love that idea where it was just, yeah. I mean, especially before, you know, the internet and TV and everything, you would, if you read like the book Dino, like Dean Martin would put on 3-4 hour shows. Nobody would leave. They didn't get that entertainment anywhere else. They just enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I kind of miss that aspect of entertainment where it's not just at your fingertips at every second of the day, where you had to actually work to go to a movie or go rent a movie or go to a show.
Yeah.
Like, it took work to go do and see other people in real life. Yeah, it's nice.
I saved all my ticket stubs and my wife turned it into a table. And like now you can't even get a solid ticket stub.
Yes,
at a concert you've been to.
Dude, it sucks. I did the same thing. I saved every single ticket stub that me and my wife went to when we were teenagers. And when you get a ticket stub now, it's like this flimsy piece of paper that's wafy and it fades away instantly. It's like, no tactileness. I got to fucking, speaking of tactileness, I'm going to fucking rant about this. Stop putting non-buttons on shit. I got a freaking
Fake buttons.
no, fake buttons. One like touch buttons only. I got a refrigerator because my refrigerator broke, and it has the ice.
You had a mini fridge, bro?
No.
Oh, that'd be
I got
cool.
I got in the ice machine. You have to like hover your fucking finger over the button, and it's like
But don't press the button.
you don't press the.
Ugh.
It's not a button.
No.
Just put a button on it, dude. I like boop, and it changes it.
Just put the cup thing.
What cup thing?
I use ice cube trials.
What's the
I call them trials.
Trials.
oh, it's like Joe Dirte.
Yeah.
Trials.
They're trials.
It just pisses me off. Like, why can't we have buttons? Like, what's wrong with buttons?
I like
I
buttons.
like a nice boop,
Yeah.
boop,
Feels
button.
satisfying.
because these break
I know they
easier,
work.
And then in time you have to buy a refrigerator quicker. It's the same thing as like the thing that unfogs so I can see what's in my fridge. It's like, you know, I can just
what
open
is
the
that?
door.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how big of a lazy piece of crap all Americans have become.
I can't be like grabbing the door handle and opening it every
Listen.
time I want to see what's in there.
Yeah, I just want to wave my hand like magic and see through it like I have special X-ray eyes.
Say, hey, fridge, what's in there? Ooh, I can see inside.
I'm trash.
I was looking at those two. I was like, what? And they're way more expensive. Way more expensive. So
yeah.
you could see
Yeah.
through your door. Like,
Well, it's the same.
we don't touch stuff anymore. We can't touch a door now.
The other thing I don't get
This is.
the fad of clear garage doors.
I
Is that
haven't
a
seen
thing?
that.
Oh yes, so it's
Oh,
just
so you can see all the stuff that you might
everything
want to
inside.
steal.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So they have it, so it's like it's supposed to be stylish, but it's just garage doors you can see into.
No, I don't want people seeing my
It's like,
shit
hey,
in
this
there.
is my car and my lawn. Hey, whatever your crackhead ass wants to break.
You want to take notes? Is that a rich people thing? Because I feel like
It's a rich people thing.
Rich people don't have
'cause it's
drapes.
gotta be aesthetic.
Or
Yeah.
or they always have these windows that are just open. Like open so I can see all the shit inside your house.
Yeah, every horror movie
like
and movie about rich people have the same house where it's like, why all the windows?
Yeah.
All windows, no
So
window
many
treatments.
glasses.
Yeah, I don't want window. Like I cover up the. I like windows during the day,
Maybe.
but
Yeah, I
I
don't want people seeing it.
I am lines drawn all day long, every day.
I want everything shut at night. I don't want to just
Like a
I don't want
fishbowl.
Some guy in the woods looking in my house.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I have all this property. I'm just naked in my house on the computer. I hope no one hurts me.
You're just sitting down writing a screenplay naked or
Very
something.
loudly.
Just like
I'm naked and alone
just,
in
you
here.
just rich and leaving ass prints all over your window for the cleaning lady the next day.
Well, she's got to earn her keep.
Yeah. I'm leaving dick prints. I'm a prince. You're just wearing a crown. You just don't know what to do with money. Do you ever think about donating some of that? And you're like, what?
Donate?
Donate what? More windows?
What is this?
I'm thinking of having the one brick wall I have removed and having an all glass house. I hope there's not a hurricane. I hate. Ugh. Well, that brings us to the end of the world. It's been a big week for politics.
Oh, yeah, it is.
I don't know if you guys know
Big
that.
week.
Big week. Mm-hmm. And I think going into the holidays, there's going to be a lot of arguing
Possibly.
while the Civil War's going on and World War III simultaneously. So,
Stock up now.
what is something you would rather do than argue about politics with your family over the holidays? QB.
Eat a dick smoothie.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah.
Not a good thing to do.
I'm going to say a hot box of Lizzo queef.
Ah, twinsies.
Twinsies.
I'm going to say take a shit in a downtown 7-Eleven.
Oh, dangerous.
The
Can
disease.
you imagine if they give you the key, but you still go in and you're like, why was this such a treasure that I had to ask for a key?
There's blood stains everywhere.
It's like, there's a dead guy.
It's like, there's somebody in it already.
Yeah. Is he? What's he doing? Well, there's a belt around his arm and he's blue.
I think I have an idea.
He didn't need a key.
Yeah. How did he get
Not
in here?
fair.
Oh, he asked for a key last week. We don't clean it.
Never checked, actually.
Pretend you never saw that. Now get. Can I buy lotto tickets? No, we hide them.
No.
Because everybody kills each other for them after 9.
Serious.
It's a real
Is
thing.
it really?
Yeah, I'll be like, can I get like a Mega Millions? And they're like, no. Like, that seems odd that the lottery would be here.
No, it's because
Yeah.
we told them that you're not supposed to be gambling.
Hey, that whole thing was a joke. If you do have gambling problems right now, you should reach out to a hotline. It's one of the biggest problems in this country. There are people who are killing themselves, losing everything, especially to online sports betting, everything else. You can go ahead and think that I'm kidding. I'm not.
Oh.
It's a serious issue. People are investing more in that than they are the stock market. Some of you might go, well, yeah, look at the stock market. But honestly, it's seriously dangerous. A lot of people are doing it. If you know somebody in your family that needs help, you should get that help. I'm talking to more and more friends every day that are losing everything, and just associates. And seriously, it's why we don't have a gambling sponsor.
Yeah.
And I will not take one. Stay away from that crap. There's a reason why the mob ran it. And you know what? If you're going to a mobster and you're betting with them and doing that, I say whatevs.
Hey,
But that shit belongs in Atlantic City and Vegas, and that's it.
Yep.
In my opinion. So just legalize prostitution if you got my letters. And
It would be better too, honestly.
Well, yeah, of course it would. It would make, I mean,
There would be like a lot of less
trafficking.
violence and
Yeah, trafficking and letting women do what they like, which is
in a healthy
Make it
way
money.
where they're constantly getting tested. And
Yeah.
it's like,
and not
Australia
like,
did it.
Not like murdered.
a lot of places did.
Yeah,
by
mostly
people.
murdered.
You know,
because
mostly
the cops
murdered. That's the
don't
problem.
investigate it either because
Yeah.
they're just a prostitute.
They're like, what is that?
Their
fucking
lives
whore?
are important.
They say it just like that.
Well, I mean, they are more disposable people than, say, you or I.
I mean, of course.
That's true.
But, I mean, they should still look into it.
Yeah.
Good night. This is when you end the show.